Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to you about setting expectations and how this can actually influence your decision-making process when you're buying a house. So I'm going to give you an example that's a non-real estate example. And this is, if you can think to a time when somebody has raved about a movie and they've just told, said how wonderful this movie was and how it blew their mind and how you must see it. Now, you go and see that movie on that recommendation and you watch the movie, and of course you've gone in with a certain amount of high expectation because of what you were told by your friend. When of course you leave the movie, you're thinking that movie was okay, but it was nowhere near as good as I had expected, and how much that person obviously clearly liked it. Now if you think about it, if you'd just walked off the street and you'd seen a name that you liked and you'd gone to watch that movie with no expectation, in fact your probably expectation is low because you've just chosen that randomly, then your perception of that movie, if it's a good film, you're going to walk out being the one that's raving to your friends about it because you're just blown away and you just think that movie is incredible. So expectations colour your perception. They actually change your view of how you see the world. And how does this relate to real estate? Well, if you think about it, when people go to look at houses, of course they have an expectation of what they're going to find when they go to see it. So if a real estate agent or a friend or someone has raved about that house, that's going to colour the perception, or that's going to form an expectation in their mind, which is going to influence them when they go to look at the property. Also, and this is a really key thing for real estate agents and for home sellers, is the price that they see on the advertisement. One thing that is enormously influential in colouring people's expectation is the price that they see. And if you have a very, very high price on a house, it's going to change the way people view it when they come to look at it. A classic example, of course, is if you tell someone a house is worth, say, $2 million, that is going to form a view in someone's mind of what that property must be like. It must be amazing. So when they're driving there, whether they realise it or not, their subconscious has formed a view. And when they look at it and when they're walking around the house, they're sort of, they're walking around saying, is this house really worth $2 million? And they could be surprised on the downside, negatively influenced, and walk away saying, look, that property, gosh, it's no good. Whereas had they come and looked at it with no expectations and without forming a view on the versus the price, they might have just fallen in love with it. Their heart got involved. They couldn't believe how amazing it was. So I think these are very important points, and they really do have a practical role when you're selling real estate. And I hope this is interesting. Thank you very much.